Now here from here we will start with the Ajax in ASP.NET introduction part. We will study the topics. First is the introduction part. Script manager control, update panel control, update progress control, and timer control. Now Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. This is the full form of Ajax. This is a cross-platform technology which speeds up the response time. The Ajax server control add the script to the page which is executed and processed by the browser. Now basically the use of Ajax is what it is. It gives you the response very quickly. Okay, speed is very much. It is used in cross-platform technology, means it can be used in any of the platform. Okay, response from the server is very much fast. However, like other ASP.NET server controls, this Ajax server control, this is basically a server controls like other controls only, but these have the methods and event handlers associated with them. Okay, there are certain methods and event handlers which it has, which can be processed on server side. So let us learn in detail. First, here you can see inside your toolbox, you have the pointer, script manager, script proxy, managers, proxy, timer, update panel, update progress. Okay. Now first we will see script manager control. Now basically which we will be using in our projects will be like script manager we will be using, timer you will be using, update panel you will be using, और update progress means depends तुम कौन सा यूज कर रहे हो, bootstrap का चाहिए या फिर यहाँ से यूज कर रहे हो. Okay. Update progress म्हणजे बघ, you can see whenever you install some software it gives you notification कि 10% install, 15% install, or any website you access. Okay, before it कौन सा भी फॉर्म वो लोड होने से पहले वो ऐसे राउंड 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 ऐसे आपको कुछ दिखता है ना, उसको बोलते हैं अपडेट प्रोग्रेस. You can use this control also, or you can, if you are creating in bootstrap, you can use bootstrap also. Choice is yours. Now the script manager control is the most important control and must be present on the page for the other controls to work. Okay, this line should be important. This is the basic syntax for Ajax. This line should be present, then only other will work. Now if you create an Ajax enabled site or an Ajax web form from the add item dialog box, the web form automatically contains the script manager control. अभी मेरे वेबसाइट में, मेरे पेज में तो ये ऑटोमेटिकली नहीं है, आता है. I have to write it or drag it, drop from the toolbox. Okay. The script manager control takes care of the client side script for all the server side controls. Now this script manager, what it does, it takes care of client side script like JavaScript if you are using, jQuery you are using on the server controls. Right? It supports this. Now next we will see update panel control. Now you have seen script panel control. Now update panel control. The update panel control is basically a container control and derives from the control class. This update panel control is derived from this control class. Okay, this is the parent class of update panel. Now it will act as the container for the child controls within it and does not have its own interface. Means like, you know, it like Bootstrap you always use the container. Inside the container you put all your text box, label, button. Similarly in update panel you can put text box, label, button inside it. It will act as the container for this text box and buttons, labels, etc. When a control inside it triggers a post back, the update panel intervenes to initiate the post asynchronously and update just that portion of the page. Now what does update panel control does? Now suppose in your web application you have created the two update panel. Update panel 1, update panel 2. Why you are creating update panel? Update panel का use क्या होता है? Suppose now you know whenever you click your button inside your page, okay, कौन सा भी button आप click करते हो पेज के अंदर, what happens? Your whole page get refreshed. Okay, means whole page means post back happens of whole page on a click of button. But what you want, you don't means unnecessary, you don't want the full page to get refreshed. मतलब क्या अभी तो सिर्फ आपके पेज में सिर्फ या 2-3 बटन या एक टेक्स्ट बॉक्स ही रहता है. But what happens if there are multiple controls on your web page? बहुत बड़ा पेज है, multiple controls है आपके इस पे. Okay, there are 50 of labels, 50 of text boxes present in your web page. Okay, what will happen, it will take very much time to load again and again the entire page. Okay, when post back happens. So that is the reason we use update panel. Update panel क्या करता है, वो सिर्फ उतना ही पार्ट रिफ्रेश करता है. Okay, जितना suppose if you are taken update panel 1, update panel 2. Now inside update panel 1 you have put 2 text box, name, address and 1 button. Okay, and update panel 2 you have put 2 text box, age and hobbies drop down. Okay, when if you click on update panel 1 button, submit button पे उसके click किया, then only that portion will get post back. Okay, उतना ही portion पे effect होगा, next will be remain like this only. Now for example they have given you, if a button control is inside the update panel and it is clicked, only the controls within the update panel will be affected. The controls on the other parts of the page will not be affected, as I explained. Now this is called the partial post back. Now इसको क्या बोलते हैं, partial post back or asynchronous post back. So in interview, the interviewer can ask you what is update panel, use of update panel. Now example they have shown, we will do this example in our web in our .NET. Add an Ajax form in your application. Okay, it contains the script manager controls by default. नहीं है तो हम मेरे सॉफ्टवेयर में नहीं है, then I have to drag and drop it. Insert an update panel. Okay, place a button control along with the label control within the update panel control. Place another set of buttons and label outside the panel. The design view looks like this as follows. Okay, design view ऐसे दिखेगा आपको. Automatically code generate whenever you drag and drop the controls from toolbox. Now here you can see the code. Here what they have done is, we will implement this code after our lecture. Theory part finished. Whenever you click on this button, okay, this is now you can in the image you can see this is your update panel 1. Okay, and this is your outside the update panel, you have put 1 button. Outside the update panel you have put 1 button. Now whenever you click on this update panel, only this value will get changed. This will remain like this only. So coding here you can see on this. See, BTN partial पे click करने के बाद what you are doing, you are getting means okay, हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं इधर, we are datetime.now.to long time string. We are storing the time here, date time here, and we are showing on it. We are showing the date time on the 2 labels, which is present inside the update panel label, and this label is outside your update panel. So whenever you click on this button, तो यहाँ पर ही रिफ्रेश होगा, लेबल पार्शियल पे ही आपको रिफ्रेश होके टाइम दिखेगा. टोटल विल नॉट गेट रिफ्रेश्ड अगेन एंड अगेन. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट इज btn total underscore click. तो उसमें क्या होगा, टोटल पे क्लिक करने के बाद here also we are doing the same thing. इसमें पूरा पेज रिफ्रेश होना है, तो पार्शियल भी रिफ्रेश होगा, टोटल भी रिफ्रेश होगा. लेकिन ओके, here they have given the image of your output. Okay, observe that when the page is executed, if the total post back button is clicked, it updates time in both the labels. But if the partial post back button is clicked, it only updates within the update panel. Now, a page can contain the multiple update panels, with each panel containing other controls like grid and displaying different part of data. Now, one particular page, it can have the multiple update panels inside it. कितना भी रख सकते हैं. When a total post back occurs, the update panel content is updated by default. Total post back means what? The button which is present outside the अपडेट पैनल्स, whenever you click on that button, तो जितना भी अपडेट पैनल्स है वो पूरा रिफ्रेश होगा. Now you can change the mode property also of your update panel. By how can you change? By using the update mode property of the control. Now look, we will look the properties of the update panel. Here you can see update mode यहाँ पे उन्होंने change कर रखा है, always किया है, आगे के slide में. So next we will see first अपडेट प्रोग्रेस के पहले हम लोग अपडेट पैनल पे करके देखते हैं प्रोग्राम, फिर देन वी विल मूव विथ let me on my Visual Studio first. एक मिनट. आता फर्स्ट ना ये जब इसमें अगर आपको इफ यू वांट टू use the Ajax, let me first right click here, add new waveform. Wait a minute. Okay. Now inside this waveform, first what you have to do is inside the manage nugget packages. You have to go here and you have to what you have to do Ajax. See Ajax control toolkit. ये आपको डाउनलोड करना है इंस्टॉल okay now the message has come finished installation. Now there are various ways to implement Ajax DLL. Okay, now I have used this by using the managed nugget. For this you require internet connection. Okay, now first of all as they has explained you हमको क्या करना है. First you will take a script manager. मेरा by default नहीं है. Okay, because by default नहीं है इसलिए शायद पहले मैंने वेब फॉर्म लिया then I have included Ajax DLL. That may be the reason. That can be the reason also. Now after that what I will do as they have explained, I will take your update panel. So inside this update panel, what I will do, I will take one button. Inside that button, I will write partial post back. Okay. So यहाँ पे error आ रहा है. So because see here you can see that button is not accessible here. So before that, before adding the button, it is required to add a content template. Okay, then only we can add a control. Otherwise, it will give you the error. After adding the content template, then here you can see your error has gone. Here you can write here partial post back. Okay, then okay, in new line I will take one label. On that label you have to show the time. So now I have taken one label. For that label I will be giving the name LBL partial. Text, nothing text should be there. Now after that what I will do, अपडेट पैनल के बाहर what you will take again one label. Okay, text nothing. Here you can write first. Let it be label one only. First I will normal, I will write here outside the update panel. Now here you will take one button. BTN1 total post back. Then again you will take a label. LBL button. Now here you can see the source code. This is the source code. Here you can see the design of that. See, same design has came here like in our PPT. Now what I will do is first I will on click event. On click is equals to create new event. Okay, similarly for here also I can give on click. On click is equals to create new event. Button one click. Now what will happen here is I will take one string. Okay, string time. Then time dot now dot to long time string. Too long. Okay. Now we have got string time in a variable. Now in the label partial dot text I will add a time. Okay. Now in LBL that total dot text. Now similarly on the button click copy paste the same code here also. Okay. Now first of all what I will do, I will build a solution to check any error is present. Okay. Now if I click carefully, see if I click on this partial, so only this label is getting changed. Okay, 1256, 1257. Now if I click on total, you can see both the labels are getting changed. So do you understood update panel?
Yes, ma'am.
Now here we will learn update progress control. Now in update progress control provides the sort of feedback on the browser while one or more update panel controls are being updated. For example, while a user logs in or waits for server response while performing some database oriented job. Now when we can include this update progress, whenever you are performing some database, like if you have clicked on some button, after clicking on button, some data from the database will be coming. Okay, after click on the button, the data from database is coming. At that time, this progress bar will load until all your data is get loaded. Now it provides the visual acknowledgement like loading page. Loading page ke liye we can use this. Okay, means something is in progress. The syntax they have given you like this, progress template loading. Now the above snippet shows a simple message within the progress template tag. However, it could be means you can put image also or other controls also inside this instead of this loading. Now update progress control displays for every asynchronous postback unless it is assigned to a single update panel using the associated update panel ID property. Means if you want to use this update progress control only for a particular update panel, then you have to assign its panel ID to it. Now next we will see timer control. Now the timer control is used to initiate the postback automatically. If you want postback, then you can use timer control. This could be done in two ways. Setting the triggers property of the update panel control means you have to make this trigger a synchronous postback trigger. Okay, this property you have to set. Control ID you can set for which control you are setting this trigger. Next, with this update panel 2, you are setting this trigger. An event name, when click, the trigger will get fired. Now placing a timer control directly inside the update panel to act as the child control. Now this timer control is the child of this update panel. And in this control, what you have done, you can set a time, means interval after 1000 milliseconds, it will get changed. And whenever you click. Now example of this asynchronous trigger, we can see another example also. I will show you next example. Let me check if it is present here. See, okay, are you able to see my screen, Visual Studio?
Yes, ma'am.
Now see, in design view, we are now learning the example of asynchronous, okay, trigger. same diagram we have taken here. Script manager, update panel, update both panel. Okay, update with the panel 2. This is the update panel 2 here. This is button. Update this panel. This panel will get button update. Now what happened in this update panel? Okay, we have taken the 2 buttons. This is the by default. This will always be present script manager, and in update panel 1 we have taken button update both the panels. Means on click of this button, both the panel data should get updated. And update this panel, what will it do? It will update only this particular part only. Okay, now let's see the coding. Now here you can see this is your update panel like we always create. Update mode means conditional we have used here. Conditional means whenever we give some conditional. Okay, update panel 2, and here you can see this also it's conditional. Okay, and inside this update panel what I have written, triggers. ये triggers कहाँ पे present है? Update panel 2. Okay, why? Okay, why? Because I have taken one button like this, update both the panel. Now this button is present in update panel 1. So according to our previous knowledge which we have taken, that कौन से भी update panel में button रहेगा. Suppose a button is present in update panel 1 and second button is present in update panel 2. If I click on first button, then only update panel, but update panel will get, means postback will happen on update panel 1. And if I click on button 2, then the postback will happen on the update panel 2. But here what I am doing, from the update panel 1 button, I am postbacking both the panels data. So how it is possible? By using the triggers. We have to place the triggers in update panel 2 because this button is present in update panel 1. We have placed, and we have given the ID of which control ID we have used here, btn update 1. Now this ID is of this button. Okay, जो बटन पे क्लिक करने के बाद आपको दोनों अपडेट पैनल का पोस्ट बैक कराना है, तो वो बटन का आईडी यू हैव टू गिव हियर. Okay, triggers, only this thing you have to do. And update mode we have taken conditional, means on the click both the update panels will get refreshed, and your coding will be here. Same coding you will apply. We have, on the code behind page we have done same coding. Label 1 dot text we have taken date time now dot to long string. Similarly here also. Now I will execute this code. So do you understood the asynchronous triggers? Asynchronous trigger मतलब जिस भी update panel में वो triggers आप set करोगे with the reference of other update panel control ID, then that update panel will also get post back where the trigger is present. Here. Now see, if I click on update this panel, only timing is getting updated here. But if I click on this button, देखो both the update buttons, both the panels में your time is being set. So till here, did you understood everyone? Hello, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Now we will move towards the next PPT, that is configuration. Just वो क्या है थियोरी पार्ट है, वी डोंट हैव द लाइव सर्वर विथ अस, सो वी विल जस्ट सी थियोरी पार्ट, इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है इतना कुछ, they that configuration part will not get asked in your interview. Now here you can see the topic configuration and deployment. Deployment is, it is the final stage. अभी आप इंटरव्यू क्रैक करके अगर आप ज्वाइन करोगे तो डायरेक्टली आपको कोई डिप्लॉयमेंट नहीं मिलेगा। डिप्लॉयमेंट आपको कब मिलेगा, 2-3 साल के एक्सपीरियंस के बाद आपको डिप्लॉयमेंट वगैरह मिलेगा। नाउ फॉर दिस वी डोंट हैव एनी लाइव सर्वर वगैरह, सो वी विल जस्ट सी योर थ्योरी पार्ट हियर। ओके, now the topics which we will be learning is machine config, web config, application settings, connection string. So everyone know machine config, web config, application setting, connection strings. We have seen authentication also, you know what is authentication. Authorization part also you know. Cache also we have studied. Custom errors. Local deployment we don't know. Global deployment, X copy, copying a website. These are all the topics which we will be learning here is. Now first is introduction part. The behavior of an ASP.NET application is affected by the different settings in the configuration files. Now suppose if you want to do set, if you want to do setting in your project, like we currently know how to set a connection string in our project. Connection string का setting है, session के time का setting कर सकते हैं, okay, file uploads का related setting. So these type of settings we can do. So whatever settings we do inside the web, now currently we do all the settings in web.config files. Okay, we have the access of web.config file. Each and every project, when we create new project, automatically this file gets created. Okay, now next we have machine.config file. Okay, we don't touch this machine.config file. These are means इसमें अगर कुछ setting करेंगे तो पूरा जो तुम्हारा web.config में अगर कुछ सेटिंग करेंगे तो पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट के लिए वो चेंज हो जाएगा। सेटिंग machine.config में करेंगे तो जितना भी प्रोजेक्ट तुम बनाओगे वो सब में चेंजेस वो इम्प्लीमेंट हो जाएगा। So we never use this machine.config. You have seen that we are using only web.config. So first we will see machine.config. The machine.config file contains the default and the machine specific values only for all the supported settings. The machine settings are controlled by system administrator. Means जो system administrator आपका रहता है वही सब machine settings देखता है. Okay, and applications are generally not given access. Means whatever application or project we create, that for that we don't give any access to this machine.config. Now an application however get override if we want to change the default values. Means if you have done some settings in web config file. Okay, now suppose you have done setting of connection string in web.config file, but you don't want that connection string दूसरा देना है, then you can override it in your file. Okay, in your project file. Now the web.config file is a subset of the machine.config file. Means first machine.config is there, then inside it your web.config and your application file is there. Now if the application contains the child directories, it can define a web.config file for each folder. Scope of each configuration file is determined in the hierarchical top-down manner. Now suppose आप एक इसमें application में आपका multiple new करके आपने multiple प्रोजेक्ट बनाया, मतलब एक सोल्यूशन में इनसाइड वन सोल्यूशन यू कैन क्रिएट ए मल्टीपल प्रोजेक्ट. नाउ फॉर द मल्टीपल प्रोजेक्ट you can have the multiple web.config file also. Like for example, currently you don't know web services, but web services is type of project only ASP.NET. Okay, suppose now just forget about web services. Now you take example, we can take hotel management and hostel management. Suppose these two application you are creating under one solution. So for these two application you can have the two different multiple web.config file. Okay, but hotel management के लिए उसका web.config will work and hostel management के लिए उसका. Now, any web.config file can locally extend, restrict, or override any settings defined on the upper level. Now, suppose आपने upper level की web.config में कुछ setting किया है, okay, दो web.config के file है आपके applications में. Suppose you have make some settings in upper web.config, then that will be overridden by another next web.config. Now, suppose you have two different settings. ऊपर वाले वेब डॉट कॉन्फिग में कुछ कनेक्शन स्ट्रिंग अलग सेट किए, नीचे वाले वेब डॉट कॉन्फिग में कुछ अलग. So second one will override the first one. Now Visual Studio generates the default web.config file for each project. An application can execute without a web.config file. However, you cannot debug an application without a web.config file. Means what you do after doing some program or after coding, you build a solution and you execute it. Means that is possible. ओके, बट डिबगिंग कब, जब पूरा आपका एप्लीकेशन प्रॉपरली आप देखते हैं हाँ चल रहा है, सब है, प्रॉपर हो रहा है, देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स लास्ट स्टेप है क्या है, डिबगिंग और डिप्लॉयमेंट का. तो डिबगिंग के लिए वो चलेगा नहीं अगर वेब डॉट कॉन्फिग प्रेजेंट नहीं रहा तो. नेक्स्ट वी विल सी the following figure shows the solution explorer. As I explained that in the solution explorer, if there are two projects different, then you can take a multiple web.config file as they have taken. Now this is first web services. Okay. Next is the normal project. For both we have taken web.config file. Now in this application, there are the two web.config files for the two projects, that is web service and website calling the web service. The web service means what? Basically web service means externally you write some code. Externally you write some piece of code. Okay, it is web service is stored with the extension .asmx. Okay, .asmx का extension रहता है, इसके अंदर आप particular code लिखते हो. Suppose you are writing in that file your email sending code. Now you are creating multiple projects in the same solution. Okay, now multiple projects में email sending का code same ही है. Then instead of writing the code again and again, what you will do, you will call that web service in place of that. So your time will be saved also. Okay, and reusability of code will also become. Now what they have given in web service web.config file, any changes you made, okay, that changes can be overridden. वो उसको overwrite हो सकते हैं. अगर आपने application के web.config में कुछ अलग change किया है तो वो overwrite कर लेगा. The web.config file has the configuration element as the root node information. Inside this element is grouped into two main areas. The configuration section handler declaration area and configuration section settings area. Okay. Web.config file has the configuration element as the root node. Web.config में configuration element है root node. Okay. Inside this element two main areas है. First is configuration. जैसे आपको web.config file हम लोग ने देखी है कैसा रहती है web.config file. Here you can see one more time. See. Now for this my project, you can see this web.config file. कैसा inbuilt सब रहता है, configuration जो रहता है configuration tag. Inside this we make all our connection string or any settings you can make. Now next we will see application settings. Now the application settings, what it does, allow the storing the application settings allow storing application byte name value pairs for read only access. Now inside this application settings, where do we add the application settings? In web.config file we should add a tag like this applications app settings tag we can add, and you can write the code in key value pair. Means यहाँ पे आप क्या लिख सकते हो, suppose in key you have to write, suppose area, you give the key area value, write 3.14. now same pi का value 3.14. हाँ बांधलेल्या आहेत ना ते शिळ्या आहेत. And now this key is pi का value 3.14. now this value pi का value कभी भी change नहीं होता है, so you can keep this value in this app settings. Okay, so whenever it is required again and again, you can directly use this key. Now see connection string, everyone know how to write the connection string in database. Do you know how to write the connection string? Have you implemented, Shubham? Thorve, Bag. Hello? Connection string माहिती आहे? कनेक्शन स्ट्रिंग मालूम आहे
नाही
का?
आठवत मॅम.
नाही आठवत. इंटरव्ह्यूला काय करणार? बाकीच्या लोकांचे इंटरव्ह्यू चालू झाले, तुझा इंटरव्ह्यू तुमचं कधी चालू करायचं? तर चालूच नाही करायचं कधीच. हा, असाइनमेंट्स येत नाही. असाइनमेंट्स कुठे आहेत तुमचे दोघांचे? जॉब नसेल पाहिजे तर तसं इन रिटर्न लिहून द्या की आम्हाला प्लेसमेंट नको आहे. असाइनमेंट 2-3 दिवसात सगळे मला आले पाहिजे, सी शार्पचे आणि SQL चे कम्प्लीट करून. जोपर्यंत असाइनमेंट येत नाही ना तोपर्यंत इंटरव्ह्यूचे कॉल्स येणार नाहीत. मेन्शन इट. किती वेळा आपण कनेक्शन स्ट्रिंग क्रूड ऑपरेशन काय काय आपण बनवले कनेक्शन स्ट्रिंग करून? क्रूड ऑपरेशनचा लेक्चरला होता का? क्रूड ऑपरेशन केले? So what we do in the web.config file, you should add this connection string tag. Okay, remember that we can have multiple connection strings. Okay, interviewer can ask you questions, can we have multiple connection string? So we can have. So after writing this connection string tag, you have to give your add name. Okay, now they have given your name ASP.NET step-by-step connection string. So instead of this, you can write any of your name of your choice. कौन सा भी नाम दे सकते. Then next is connection string. Okay, in this connection string, instead of provider, you can write, this is not important. Provider is not so important. Data source, you have to write data source is equals to, they have taken the as they have used MDB file now, but we are not using this MDB and we are not using the OLTP provider. We are using the SQL provider. Okay, remember, we will always use SQL provider, not OLTP provider. So how to get a write a connection string, I will show you in this web.config file. See, inside the system.web, see, connection strings आ गया. So inside this, we can write here add name. See, we can write any name. Suppose I have written here Honest here. Then after that, you have to give connection string. So connection string, how you will get? Suppose कौन सा भी front end को database से connect करना रहेगा. This is a shortcut, but you have to remember what will come inside. Okay. Now here I don't have a server name. So how to get a server name here? First you have to open your SQL Server software. Then here you can see, I will copy this name, server name, I will copy, Control C. Okay. And here I will paste here server name. I have to compulsory change the authentication SQL server as a password you can give. See, after this you will get a multiple databases here. any of the data, means whatever database you want to create, you can create, means you can select. Okay, then in advanced you will get here string. Okay, here string लक्षात ठेवायची आहे. This string, it is compulsory to remember. I am here just pasting it, and after that you have to write here password. This is my password. Now here you can see in connection string, first it will come your data source. Okay, in data source you will get your server name. You have to write your server name. Then inside the initial catalog you have to write your database name, and then your user ID, and then your password will come. So did you understood how to write a connection string?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next is authentication. Now it configures the authentication support. The basic syntax they have given here: authentication mode. They have implemented Windows, Forms, Passport, or none. Now in theory, in the previous session we have seen that there are various authentication mode. Authentication means what basically? Can you explain me? Authentication means, I have explained you in previous session. In security part we have already done authentication, authorization. So can you explain me authentication?
Authentication means if user give correct password, then it allowed to access the data.
Yes, authentication means not only password but username and password should be correct. If your username and password is correct, example, what example I have given you? Previous session, कौन सा example?
Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. If you write proper login and proper password, okay, then only you can access your profile. If you write a wrong password, then you will not be able to access. So there are various mode, like we have learned Forms mode, Windows mode. We are using currently, means daily we use Windows mode in laptop. When you on your laptop, okay, if you have मीन्स अगर आपने पासवर्ड सेट किया तो देन पहले वो बोलते हैं कि पासवर्ड एंटर करो, then only you can access the other things, otherwise not. Passport means for Microsoft generated hai. None means nothing. Okay, this was authentication mode. You can keep accordingly. The next is authorization. Can you explain me authorization? Authorization. What do you mean by authorization? मालूम है कि नहीं है? Yes or no?
Authorization give user authority to use a particular application.
Particular web pages. Now,
web
example
pages.
in security also have told the authorization will come always after authentication. Means even if the user has logged in successfully, even if the user is have the rights to access website. Now authorization means उसको अभी कौन सा pages allow करना है access. So what all pages is allowed to access. Okay. कौन से उसको पेजेस एक्सेस के लिए अलाउड है, दैट कम्स इन ऑथराइजेशन. कौन से उसको रेस्ट्रिक्टेड है, so that you can give like authorization allow which pages and deny means which pages is not allowed. Now caching, I have explained you what is caching. Last lecture में caching.
Cache store data and redirect fastly.
हाँ, cache में
It takes
whenever
very
मेमरी मध्ये डेटा सेव्ह करतो.
हाँ मेमरी मध्ये
सर्व्हरला हिट न करता
हाँ
आपल्या मेमरी मध्ये
मेमरी मध्ये डेटा स्टोर करतो. सर्व्हर मध्ये डेटा असतोच, but what happens, it is data is always present, it is present in server. So whenever user requests some page, okay, first time, if the request is first time, then it will get your page from the server. Afterwards your page will get stored in the cache memory. So again and again, if the request is made for that particular page, then your page is taken from the cache instead of hitting the server again and again. So this is called caching. Now caching settings, we have output cache settings, SQL cache. SQL cache means SQL server data cache. Now there are the two categories of ASP.NET deploying. Now here we have seen currently configurations. Now we will see deployment part, local deployment and global deployment. Now first in local deployment, in this case what happens, the entire application will be contained inside your virtual directory and all the contents and assemblies are contained within it. Now inside the virtual directory means whenever you create some project, that is all it is called means directory folder banta hai. Whenever you click on file new project in your drive, some they ask when you file new project, then they ask you to write a project name. So folder is get created inside your some drive, okay, whichever drive you select, and all the contents and all the things will get stored inside this folder and everything will be available to that application. So that is called local deployment. Then in global deployment, in this the assemblies are available to every application running on the server. तो local deployment मतलब जब भी आप कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट बनाते हो तो वो प्रोजेक्ट कहाँ पे चलेगा, सिर्फ आपके लैपटॉप में. अभी तक तो सिर्फ आपके लैपटॉप में, आपके फ्रेंड के लैपटॉप पे अगर आप URL डालोगे वो प्रोजेक्ट के लिए तो वो नहीं चलेगा, बिकॉज करंटली इट इज प्रेजेंट इन योर फोल्डर, ओके, इन योर ड्राइव. ओके, सो वेन एवर यू आप उसको ये करोगे पब्लिश या रिलीज करोगे, सर्वर खरीदोगे, GoDaddy.com we have server. When you purchase the server and you put that your website, okay, if your website is successfully created, if you put it on the server, then server पे डालने के बाद that website will be used by everyone, so everyone can access, like Facebook, everyone can access anywhere on any device, like same type your website will also be accessible anywhere. So that is called global deployment. Now common ways of deployment are as follows. कैसे करते हैं deployment उन्होंने दिया है, Xcopy and copy a website. By two ways we can do deployment. First one is Xcopy they have given, second is copying a website. Now first we will see what is Xcopy. Now Xcopy deployment means making the recursive copies of all the files to the target folder on target machine. You can use any of the commonly used techniques. Now suppose Xcopy में क्या होता है, तुम्हारे मशीन में वो प्रोजेक्ट है, दूसरे मशीन में आपको कॉपी करना है, ओके, फुल फाइल्स. तो वो कॉपी करने के लिए मतलब आपका प्रोजेक्ट तो बहुत ज्यादा ईमेल से तो सेंड नहीं होगा. So what you will do, you will use FTP protocol, FTP transfer, that is file transfer protocol you will use. Now using server management tools that provide the replication on a remote site means all your pages will get copy paste. Now Xcopy deployment simply copies the application file to the production server. दूसरे PC में मतलब क्या, similarly you can copy all the files to your server. आपने server purchase किया GoDaddy से, after the purchasing your server you can copy paste all your files by using FTP, okay, and you can set directory there. Okay, you need to set a virtual directory using the Internet Information Manager, means IAM, Microsoft Management Console, MMC, Snap-in. Okay, then copying a website. How to copy the website I have given. Now the copy website option is available in Visual Studio also. It is available from the website copy website menu option. Now this menu item allows copying the current website to another local or remote location. Now suppose in website also, if you now we are creating what we are currently creating the web application file, new project web application we are creating. We are not selecting website option. Okay, website option is also there. Whenever you create website, you can have a copy website menu. Now this copying a website means on your same computer. Okay, आपके ही लैपटॉप में अगर दूसरी जगह आपको कॉपी पेस्ट करना रहेगा तो आप डायरेक्टली क्या करते हो, वही फोल्डर को Ctrl+C करके दूसरे ड्राइव में कंट्रोल भी कर देते हो, सिंपल कॉपी करते हो. अगर आपके लैपटॉप में से आपके फ्रेंड के लैपटॉप में इफ यू वांट टू कॉपी, ओके, देन हाउ यू कैन डू, मीन्स कंपनी में कैसे हर एक लैपटॉप इट इज कनेक्टेड विथ ईच अदर, ओके, बाय आई मीन्स कनेक्टेड रहता है ईच अदर से लैपटॉप्स आपका, ओके. तो कनेक्टेड रहने के बाद आपके लैपटॉप से आपके फ्रेंड के लैपटॉप में वो वेबसाइट आप कॉपी कर सकते हो रिमोटली. Now using this option you connect to target destination, select the desired copy mode कौन सा है, overwrite है, source to target files है. overwrite मतलब क्या, existing पहला रहेगा प्रोजेक्ट तो उस पे ही आप वापस पेस्ट कर रहे हो. सोर्स कुछ प्रोजेक्ट पहले से नहीं बना रहेगा, then you can copy your project to that target files. synchronize UP source है target projects. now summary read करा शुभम थोड़े summary read कर.
The behavior of an application is depending on different settings in the configuration file like machine.config and web.config. The machine.config file contains default and machine specific value for all supported settings. The web.config file is subset of machine config file. The application settings allow storing application wide name value pair for read-only access. The connection string show which database connection strings are available to the website. The system.web element specifies the root element for the ASP.NET configuration section.
के बाद
Local deployment and global deployment are two categories of deployment. The different techniques used for deployment are Xcopy deployment and copying a website.
ठीक आहे, तर इथपर्यंत समजलं तुम्हाला काय करायचं कसं करायचं. सो टिल हियर
Yes,
डिड यू
ma'am.
अंडरस्टूड? ओके,
Yes.
so this we have completed with our ASP.NET also. So you start preparing, otherwise you will not get a interview call. You have to compulsory email me all your assignments. Okay, समझ में आ रहा है आपको?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So from next lecture we will start with MVC. Okay, so now
Okay.
you can end the session.
Okay.